Good morning, Hyddenwell farmers. It is the crack of dawn. We got out here at the farm today at about 5:30 in the morning. The sun hadn't come up yet, so for my personal life right now, that's a rarity to get to come out and see the sun come up at Hyddenwell Farms. Usually right now I'm taking my kids to school and headed to the office for work, but my farm hand is a little out for a couple of days. Big T's a little under the weather, but he's gonna be fine, and we decided we'd come out early and get everybody fed and watered today. It's just an incredible, beautiful, serene, wonderful morning here at Hyddenwell. Let me show you a little bit more footage. One of my good friends asked in the comments if I had any good cat stories. And I have a lot of cat stories. I have the wounds on my hands of cat stories. And maybe I'm a little bit hesitant to tell you this particular story that happened. It's a true event. And the reason is, and I'm going to go ahead and ruin the end of it, I think that euthanasia was still, even though this has a happy ending, I still think euthanasia was the right choice in this particular situation. So I'll go back and tell you that way back when, like 2004, I had this black and white cat that had presented to the office for being shot by a blowgun or a blow dart gun. And that's one of those things, I don't know if you can still buy them anymore. I have not seen them since I was a kid, but now back in the early 80s, late 70s, you could go to any carnival and it was a common thing to see these steel tipped, big old needle type nails that had a big marble on the end of it, and you'd get a plastic or a cane pole and you'd put that dart in there, and of course it had a mouthpiece on it, and you'd blow it. And it was amazing the force that you would get out of that blowgun. And so I had a cat that had come in, and it was found on a rescue, or somebody had went out to a home to pick up some dogs. I just know that it came to me by a reputable source, like a rescue agency or something like that. And the cat had been shot in the back with one of those blow darts and was completely paralyzed from the ribs back. He couldn't urinate, he couldn't defecate, he couldn't walk, he had no feeling whatsoever. And I wanted to euthanize that cat. I felt that was the humane thing to do for the cat. And I still think that that was probably still the correct therapy for this cat. But I was talked into by a couple of veterinary technicians and a lady who wanted to rescue the cat. And albeit, I grant you, this was one of the sweetest cats that I've ever known in my life. I mean, this cat was a love bug. It was a lap potato. It was a fluffernutter. I mean, it was just the greatest cat ever. And it did not mind physical therapy or manipulation. And when I say manipulation, I'm talking we had to express its bladder for it every day. It couldn't urinate, so we'd have to put our hands on both sides of the abdominal wall and the bladder and just gently press it until the cat urinated. Yes, we could have put a catheter in the cat, but if you put a catheter in, you're going to have secondary infections. It's just going to happen. And so if you can express it gently, you don't have to put a lot of pressure on it, but if you can express it gently, then you've got that natural immunity, that natural seal, and you get a lot less problems. This cat was very agreeable to that. And so I agreed to allow them some time to see if the cat would rehabilitate. And every day, without fail, these 3 ladies nursed that cat. And under my direction, I would change his medications, or I would change his nutritional protocols, or I would, say, we need to clean this area up. We're getting some excoriation here. And so I was directly involved in the long-term care, and he had also stayed in my hospital for that entire time. And for 3 months, they worked diligently with this cat. And one day, my technician come in and says, the cat is scratching its ears with its back leg. And I went back there and I was stunned. This cat was scratching its ear with its back foot. And so I immediately did some neurological tests on it, and they were very poor. I couldn't get a deep pain response, but the muscles seemed to be intact. He didn't have a lot of atrophy, which happens a lot of times in chronic paralyzed cases. They lose all of the muscle in their back end, and because of the neurological deinnervation that is required for that muscle to maintain its mass and strength, this cat wasn't suffering that. So I kind of knew that there was some hope for this kitty cat. But I mean, every day for 3 to 4 months, I mean, we had to wash and bath and clean, and he would lose his bowels. I mean, it was a major chore. 3 months. He scratched his ears, and every day from that point forward, it seemed like he made a little bit of progress, that by the end of 6 months, that cat was actually walking. Now, he did fine. He regained the function of his bladder on his own. He regained the ability to walk. He gained the ability to defecate normally and to live a fairly decent life. This cat was not able to jump up on the couch or climb things, and once he got up, he always had instability in his back end, but there did not appear to be any chronic pain. The cat ate well, loved well, played well, and so a very unique, very successful case. And so, the criticism, well, doctors don't know everything. Hey, I absolutely know that. Veterinary medicine, if you're a young wanting to be veterinarian, you're a young veterinarian, veterinary medicine will give you an opportunity to look stupid every day. And I think human doctors experience that every day. Of course, we don't know everything. We can't predict the outcome of everything. I just know that for 6 months, if it'd been any other kitty cat that was not agreeable mentally for what needed to be done to get this cat healthy again, it just would not have been a good situation. And I have more stories about disasters and train wrecks than I do about this one success story. God bless you from this wonderful, wonderful, beautiful morning here at Hyddenwell. I want to show you some of the fog layers that's coming up with the sun. So I'm going to turn the camera around here.